Hello everyone, this is Julia Maxwell. I am the librarian for the School of Social Work and the Blaustein School of Planning and Public Policy. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the library website, accessing tools, and beginning to know where to go to find things like resources and assistance for your academic projects and papers. So to start off, this is my contact information. As I mentioned, I am the librarian for the School of Social Work, so I am here to support you in all of your library needs. You can reach out to me via email, or you can book an appointment with me. These appointments are really great for getting more in depth with your research and reference questions and needs. Please feel free to book these as you need them. They are very helpful. So as I mentioned, after this video, you're going to be able to find library resources, locate different types of assistance and different tools that are available to you as Rutgers students. And in general, you're going to be able to navigate the library website. So first, before we jump in, just a little bit about the library. The library is both physical buildings that are on campus, but also a really robust set of digital and online resources, all of which are available to you. I know some of you are in online programs, in which case you'll probably be taking advantage of more of the digital resources than the physical, but both are available to all students. So in person, we have what are traditionally kind of thought of as what's in the library, which is stacks with physical books. These physical books are spread out across all of the different library buildings, of which there are many, and they represent only a pretty small fraction of everything that you have access to. A lot of things are in digital format, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic began. We also have study spaces in all of the libraries, and we have computers and printing. The other thing that exists in the physical buildings is the special collections and archives. These are just like they're named, special different types of resources that are usually not able to be checked out and used mostly for historical research. Please contact me and I can get you in touch with people if you would like to know more about the archives or special collections. And then lastly, we have our online resources. So this includes ebooks, so books online available through various databases. All of our scholarly journal articles are available online. You don't really need to come to the library to ever find a journal article. We also have things like movies, audio recordings, all sorts of different types of resources that might be interesting to you. So let's start by talking a little bit about navigating the library website. So I'm just going to go to libraries.rutgers.edu. This is the library main page, but you can see up at the top that there are different locations of campuses. So we can see, Health Sciences, Camden, Newark, New Brunswick. For our purposes, we're going to click on New Brunswick. I know that some of us might not physically be in New Brunswick, but all of our social work programs are kind of routed out of there. And we are also, for those of us that are nearby, being able to see today's hours is really helpful if you want to come to the library. What I will say, though, is that regardless of which kind of location you click on, you'll have access to the same online resources. Everybody should have access to the same thing. So this is kind of what the library homepage looks like. And let's first start by talking a little bit about our account. So it's really important when you go to the library website to log into your account because as Rutgers students, you have access to materials that the general public doesn't. This is sort of like your library card. So by logging in, you're able to kind of see the things that you have on loan, any fines or fees, any messages. You're also able to see the full scope of everything that you might be able to check out or view online. from the library's collection. So my first stop whenever I go to the library page is to log in. And that's, again, right up here at the top on, click on My Account. One of the most convenient ways to get help from the libraries is to use our Ask a Librarian service. So Ask a Librarian runs from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, and it is a literal instantaneous chat where you type your question in and it immediately takes you, connects you with a librarian here on Rutgers campus. So this is really convenient if you maybe don't have time to book an appointment with me, or you need a more instantaneous answer to a question, or you just have a really quick question that you need a librarian to support you with. Ask a Librarian is super helpful for all of those reasons. So Ask a Librarian is accessible up here at the top, again, of the Rutgers Library page. Just click on the Ask Us, type your question in the box, and press Enter to connect with the librarian. Again, this is very, very quick. It's almost instantaneous, and you're talking with a real live person on Rutgers campus. You can also text us. That connects to the same group of people. And you can email us or use our contact form if you maybe don't need quite as instantaneous of a reply. Now let's talk about research guides. So along with the resources that the library has, physical, in space, Ask a Librarian, appointments with me, we also have curated research guides that have been made by the librarians that are experts in the different subjects that we work with across the school. So I'm going to show you where to go to those library guides. They are under libguides.rutgers.edu. And you can see they're organized by subject. So these are really, really convenient ways to get more information on a topic and learn about how to do some research. You can see that we have a social work section here. So you can see that we have some guides that are for specific classes, some that are for specific programs, but we also have some for more general work kind of across the different things you'll encounter in doing library research in social work. So for instance, we have something like the social work research guide, which is kind of, I would recommend it being your first stop and definitely bookmarking it if you would like this research support kind of at hand. So you can see here we have featured resources, we have over here on the side, advice on finding articles, advice on getting articles, advice on finding books, statistics, social welfare policy, tests and measures, even things about like studying for your licensure or certification exams. All of these are very kind of critical pieces of information that will help you when you're doing academic projects or papers that require the library. There are also guides for various other disciplines that might be helpful. For instance, if we go back to our research guide homepage, we have an education section. I know a lot of social work practice intersects with education. It also, intersects with things like planning and public policy. Anything that you might also encounter and need to do research on, there's going to be many, many guides that you can refer to. And again, that link is libguides.rutgers.edu. So now let's talk a little bit about where to go to find articles, books, and other resources that are available to you through the library. So the kind of first stop that you would make when you are looking to find resources for a particular paper or project is, and I'm just going to go back to the library homepage, is our quick search. Quick search searches the entire library catalog. The entire library catalog contains all of the books that the library owns and licenses, along with a lot of the other resources and materials that we license or own. There's a difference between Quick Search, which is the library catalog, and library databases. The library catalog is things that we own, like I mentioned, and some of the licensed materials, whereas the databases kind of are organized more by subject. They tend to be subject specific or type specific. So for instance, they might only have journal articles, or they might only have newspaper articles, or they might only have films. And these are licensed by the library. So we don't actually own them. We pay for subscriptions to them, sort of just like Netflix. So Quick Search, again, is the library catalog. And if you are interested in learning more about how to use Quick Search specifically, there is another video that I've created that talks about using Quick Search and library databases and making sure that your searches are effective and that you're finding what you need easily. So that is Quick Search. You can, again, access it right from kind of the library main page, along with, no matter what your location you click on, it is accessible right from any page. But let's talk about databases. So like I said, databases have content that the library has licensed. We can click on Find a Database here. Again, this is just to reiterate the link, libraries.rutgers.edu/databases. And then we get to a huge amount of databases, hundreds of databases, which can feel really overwhelming. But luckily, just like the research guides, we have a really nice, social work. We have a really nice kind of filter so that you can just look at the social work guides or social work databases really easily. And up here at the top, you can see we have best bets for social work. So if you're new to using databases, this is definitely where I would start. Start by using some of the databases up here at the top. So I'll just click on one just to show you what this looks like. They'll all look slightly different. And again, in my other videos that have been provided for you, we break down a little bit more of how to search in these and which ones to use for different situations. So you can see this looks a little different. We still have our search box, but this is kind of a different interface. So for each database that you click on, there's going to be a slightly different interface with slightly different collection of resources that you are able to search. All right, so that's all I have for kind of introducing you to the library website and the resources and tools. Again, this video is part of a series, so if you're interested in learning more about finding and accessing those resources and strategizing your searches and using particular tools, please check out the rest of the videos that have been provided to you. Again, here's my information, my email, my appointment link. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and thank you very much.